Warnock.
Thank you, Chairman Scott. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And congratulate not only you, but Ranking Member Warren on your selections to lead this important committee. I look forward to working with you on the important housing needs of Georgians. Mr. Turner, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
And welcome not only to you, but also to your family. I enjoyed our conversation earlier this week. I often tell people that I am a product of good public policy. I think about that often. I've worked hard, but I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting without some help, some ladders. Good public policy. I grew up in public housing, and I understand the security and dignity that housing provides children and families. Mr. Turner, do you believe home ownership provides dignity, security, and access to generational wealth?
I do.
Thank you so much. I agree. And unfortunately, during the first Trump administration, President-elect Trump repeatedly proposed to slash HUD's budget, including cuts and the full elimination of key HUD programs that help people afford rent and realize the dream of home ownership, which you and I agree is so important. If enacted, these cuts would have raised housing costs for millions of American families. Last time, Congress stepped in year after year to save many of these programs. This time, I'm not so sure that we'll be able to do it. Mr. Turner, if confirmed, will you commit to being a voice in the administration against severe cuts to HUD's budget at a challenging time, including programs that help people afford rent and home ownership?
Thank you, Senator. What I do commit to, you and your colleagues in Congress, you hold the purse strings. Obviously, the president presents his budget, appropriations. They present the budget, and you all vote on it, and the president signs it into law. My job and my goal, if confirmed by the committee, obviously, is to maximize that budget, to meet the needs of the American people, and to carry forth the programs at HUD. And so I do commit that to you.
Will you be a voice to hold the line to protect programs that provide the dignity of home ownership and make rent affordable for working class people, for poor
people? I do commit to having those conversations with the president and with Congress as it pertains to being an ambassador and a voice for HUD and to maximize the budget that we are given to make sure those programs are efficient and meeting the needs of the American people. I do commit that to you.
All right. I know you can be a voice. You're a preacher. They didn't mention that. Everybody's talking about the football player.
Yeah, and we only have 2 minutes. You ain't even got to your second point.
And you're a preacher and elected official, both of us, so loquacious of speech.
Yes.
But this is a serious issue because the racial home ownership gap has been widening over the last few years. Yesterday, we celebrated Dr. King's actual birthday. Monday is the holiday. And folks often talk about those two key civil rights bills, the accommodations law in 64, civil rights laws, voting rights law in 65. We don't talk enough about fair housing. That is a victory of Dr. King's. That law was signed into law just a few days after his assassination. Right. But that is a result of his work. The first Trump administration sought to weaken and even rescind landmark fair housing laws pushed through by Dr. King. If confirmed, you would be responsible for enforcing these fair housing laws. If confirmed, will you commit to vigorous enforcement of the nation's fair housing laws? Yes or no?
Yes.
And would you be a strong voice in the administration in favor of protecting existing fair housing laws from efforts to weaken them or to roll them back?
I do commit to upholding the fair housing laws, yes, sir.
So one of the overlooked drivers of racial wealth inequity within our housing system is the very well-documented pattern of lenders and the appraisal market persistently assessing the value of black and brown homes lower than white homeowners. You and I discussed this a little bit the other day in my office. And my staff sent you some background information and data on appraisal bias. This is real money, hurting real people. In part at my urging, the Biden administration took steps to crack down on appraisal bias with HUD leading an interagency effort. If confirmed, Will you commit to continue to use HUD's tools and authorities to crack down on appraisal bias, including by continuing to provide consumers with data to push back on suspected bias?
Thank you, Senator. Thank you for the information that you sent. I have begun to read, and I look forward to exploring that more with you. And as I said before, I do commit to upholding the law as it is on the book against all illegal discrimination,
including appraisal bias.
We will continue to look into that, and I look forward to working with you on that and become more well-studied. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I hope you will continue HUD's important work on this matter, even as we go into this weekend of celebrating Dr. King's birthday.
Thank you, sir.